Ja, vi ser oss ja. That you yeah. We're gonna be doing the UFO quest now. We could theoretically wait with doing the UFO quest until later. Now the thing is though that they don't allow you to leave the area, because one thing I thought about doing is getting a few gear pieces and stuff that, you know. But we did keep, of course, the Yoshiki, we kept the Power Soul, we kept the Princess Guard Calls and stuff like that. We also have access to the Dragon Armlet, although I don't think that that's going to be helpful. I do think maybe we have enough materia though to maybe keep something and stuff like that, but we will see. But since we don't have long range here, we can put him in front row, him in front row, and him in front row, because Chainsaw is not a ranged weapon. So let's go. And of course, the best thing is, of course, is that she steals whatever is the most valuable. So she has a really, really good eye for what material is really good. But I'm guessing that is supposed to be because she hanged out with Zack and stuff that, you know. And of course, the fact that she used to be soldier, that was actually her really quote-unquote backstory, that she was actually soldier. And she was actually in soldier and stuff that, you know. We're still using the slow speed here. They said that Kate's attack is so low, but I mean, like, if you actually get him power stuff, then he actually becomes pretty useful and stuff that, you know. You want to be a big shot. It seems you can get a bit scary, of course, but this again is a post encounter, because you can see, like, wait, how are you getting encounters with, you know, although that people might have just been, you know, being sarcastic and stuff that, like, I've never been good at telling sarcasm because the internet is harder, but yeah, there's also a thing that you can have that makes it hard to tell if someone is, like, being sarcastic and stuff. And I love how it's the battle arena music. I kind of wish they would have kept with this music and they would have actually changed the enemies that are around here. That you would have encountered these Shinra guys or different like Shinra guys. Ooh. Yeah, that's my drop. That's actually pretty damn good. We do have some. We do have the basic stuff. Okay, that changes things. Ice, fire, lightning. And actually, this is the quest that you want to be saved on here. I think ice, fire, ice, fire. So that's mine. So he got 22, 3,597. Yeah, so she's 23 now, he's 23, and he's 23. So who is the closest? He's closest. Yeah, both of them are far away from. And he's 22, 2,629. Yeah. Did we keep it 10? Well, we know we did not. Okay. I think that's a good thing. But if we would have had enough materia slots, for example, if we also would have had like what combat and enemy skill, right, that we can pick up both combat and enemy skill in. in the ancient city place, but yeah. Of course, gonna need to go to Wutai now and stuff that, you know, and do the whole side quest thing. And yeah, I'm using no notes this time around when I'm playing and stuff that, so yeah, you know. Yeah. Now, normally this going to Wutai can actually be scary because there are birds that cast Bolt 2 and stuff that, and they're more common than the other birds that they only cast Bolt 1, right? But yeah, but all the encounters here at least on the Graham area can actually give you explosions, and I believe they can give you ethers as well. Stuff that. So if you want to farm explosion, that's actually supposed to be where you farm explosions. Stuff that. Right, and you don't bother talking to the Turks yet. And that is not, you know, locked yet. Actually, I want to see, can we sell the S-Mine? How much worth is the S-Mine here? You're worth 500. Nah, not worth selling. Because S-Mine, theoretically, if we want to speed a fight up, then S-Mine is going to be excellent for that. Okay, so right, we did already get that. So we need to talk to him, to her father. Father. Tatiana. I forgot though, was she supposed to be third class that got sent, or was she second or even first class? Because I mean, it would make sense that she could actually make it to first class actually and stuff that, you know. Right, and I think that she actually used to quote unquote also be quote unquote older as well. And stuff that, right? But it makes sense that, right, that's why her stats are so absolutely correct and stuff that, you know. And I think it says something now different. So we cannot stand up to Shinra. That is though the thing though that, I mean, there are things still to be excited for, I feel like, with the remake, even though they made it quote unquote woke as it were, you know, and stuff that. People might say, oh, but it's not woke and stuff that, but here you have to realize that every time it feels like, okay, this character looks ugly or uglier than like quote unquote normal. You might say, oh, but Tifa is not an uglification. Yeah, they reduced the boob size, which is not really that big of a deal, but then the fact that they cover up her legs and stuff that, and then like, why would you cover up a woman's leg, right, and stuff that, oh, it looks more realistic or whatever, then it's not, yeah, but that was never an issue in the original and stuff that, you know. And then that you know, is immediately woke game journalist of California thinking like California stupid retarded liberals and stuff that, you know. And you know, then that certain YouTubers, quote unquote, or supposedly people that they quote unquote listen to and stuff that, you know. Yeah, we don't need to talk to them yet until much later on and stuff like that, so yeah. So now it would be in here. Oh. That does not happen yet. Because the Elena has not been taken yet. Right, Elena's not been taken yet, or do we need to talk to them already? We actually do. Yeah, because they send Elena after that needs to happen first. Oh. Because the first one is in Midgard course and stuff, that's right, but yeah. And I feel it makes more sense to have done the Turtle Paradise after learning about the quest and stuff that, you know. The Turtles Paradise Flyers. Stuff like that, yeah. But I always thought that first off, in remake, it doesn't feel like it technically has a grind spot or whatever, right? But I also felt that they should have made it so that you can, for example, get a higher max level, or that they would have changed that to have 99 be max level in the first part, or maybe even 100 be the max level. So that either have that or have like okay, yeah, now we can do the item shop now because you trigger that whole thing there with that. Then now you can get the MP absorb and Citroink. However, the cats will be blocking the way now. By the way, let me show you that the cat is blocking the way still. It's after you've done the side quest when the cats move. Because yeah, so that is like a completely missable materia if you never get Yuffie and stuff that, or you never do the side quest basically. So I forgot if you could actually dig up the, you know, some saying you can girl came in here and stuff that, you know. And the thing is, yeah, we got rid of her really good double AP weapons and stuff that. So we've done that now. She's not in the, yeah, she's in the bottom now. We actually want to be using the Geekhouse Omelette, by the way, before we fight the boss and stuff like that. But yeah, the boss, if he uses attacks regular, then it's no problem. But if he attacks with a certain other attack, then it's like really bad. Meaning we might want to buy high potions before we fight the boss. Because it's Dogcon here that are after. And it's so bad also, actually in the original, that you don't get to fight Elena until disc 2 at the very end and stuff that, like, it would have been way more interesting to have more, you know, that is something that they actually did good in Rebirth, that they actually had to fight Elena and stuff that, you know, early on. But still it's just like, you know, like, so we have Ice 2, Fire 2, Bolt 2, Bolt 1, Ice 1, Fire 1 though, and Ice 1 and Fire 1, yeah. We could theoretically switch otherwise to having Yoshiyuki here actually. Yeah, we can have Yoshiyuki instead. And then let's go Giga Summit instead here. Let's do this then, because lightning is closer. Yes, the lightning there is closer in terms of... Actually, it's not close because it's like the most AP is the highest calamity. So the highest AP is this, and the second highest is that. Yeah, but don't slap the Dragon Helmet on someone because Dragon Helmet is not useful here. There's the last of the Paradise Flyer. And they never had like lots of materia and stuff that, you know. And they couldn't resist, of course, like the soldier, you know. The lever on the left. Hello? This is really funny. You can hit them docked in there. That would have actually been really funny. And here's the thing, right? The switch is not here. It's actually here. Like facing the other direction. That's actually where the location is. So you see even the left where I put the thing down. And of course this resets it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, because she has like a trap house. Kinda, you know. Because quote unquote that's what they actually call it. And I always thought that the cat house is supposed to be part of like Yuffie's house or whatever. Yeah. With Giga's omelet now with slapping damage and stuff like that. So yeah, that is very good. And the good thing, of course, with saving this to do this now is that we will get both a peace ring. Now, the peace ring is, of course, really good because you can be affected by tranquilize, for example, and then you can make sure that you don't lose it and stuff like that. But the peace ring is also worth a lot to sell. And you get, what is it, 20,000 gil, I think you get from defeating the boss. So that's now all of a sudden this is open. Strange. It looks like there's one of those masks on top of there, on like this building here, like on the not the roof section, but the side thing there or whatever you call it. And the ninjas. But you don't get to fight ninjas anyway. Like it's really weird. Like they have these cool looking figures here with Don Corneo that looks like ninjas and stuff that, you know. They're part of Shinra, they're part of an experiment. Like what are those? You know, and stuff that you never get to fight them. Like why? We got a Swift Bolt. We got an Elixir. Swift Bolt is actually very good. I forgot how much Swift Bolt sells for, but yeah. Swift Bolt here on all opponents. But you know what? Yeah, I really thought that would kill them. Yeah, I would really have loved for Claude to get all the kills here. Shidomo domo paros ni. Shidomo domo paros ni. Shidomo domo paros. Jag tror på det är väl liksom okej. If we can get full limit break also, that would actually be really good as well. Get some 900 XP. Get another S-mine. I don't think the S-mine is even guaranteed. So that's actually very good. We buy some high potions, right? Because I think high potion might have other uses as well. And stuff that. Or do we YOLO swag first and not use up any high potions at all? Because Ocelot is the character that we want to have win the fight. Yeah, because the reason is like, why does Reeve have that suit and then like Palmer sticks out not having a suit, not having same color suit at all? Like Scarlet, of course, looking the way she looks. Scarlet being like, oh, look at my big blonde titty. Big old titty. So test myself for 500. I would love to get some Phoenix Downs, but then it's just, yeah, it costs 2,000. It's just, yeah. So we're gonna YOLO swag here first. This might go extremely bad because I know that it can do a lot of damage and stuff like that. And you know, we don't have a lot of materia, but so he's 24 now, 22 on him. Yeah, he's closer and he's also close. Yeah, 2,100. And of course he's even closer. So yeah, but eventually of course once they get high enough that he will take over and stuff like that. Yeah, now we don't have sense or anything, but I think the boss has 10,000 health. Maybe less, maybe 8,000. Now the thing is, of course, if we end up getting lucky with our with dice, if we end up getting lucky with throwing the dice, then you know that could be something. Kate said what? I've never used Kate Sit here before at this specific point. It's a stupid slimy sleazy off scam bag if you want to get women. There's such a thing as the right way. Yeah, Kate Sit is yeah, because Reeve is mad because the question is, did the company hold like have like him being a secret that he ruled over one market and then Reeve never noticing it and stuff that hey, like Don Corneo is responsible for a lot of the criminality inside Midgard and stuff that, you know, and Shinra just let him be and stuff that, you know, because he was probably bribing people because he has a lot of money and stuff that, you know, not like Shinra money, but still, you know, maybe he has Shinra money. Shinra money, Shinra money, Shinra money, I hear a thing, someone's probably dead. He's dead, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, that is hard again, damn it, S-mind of boom. Ow. Shit. Why did I fucking cast a local weed? I think the local weed was gonna do cross slash we're from the fucking dead. Why did I cast a local weed? I am so dumb, actually. I am super smart. No, fuck your Biden. Seattle Tree, Claude fuck ass. And then Barrett dies because he will just attack again. Unless we elixir here, blow, we're dead. Yeah. Was that unlucky or was? I don't know if that technically was unlucky or not. I mean, you see, Arrow 3's damage does not fucking mess around. And I was still in back row. I don't think that back row matters against that attack at all, actually. What would have mattered is maybe this. And let's slap him like an omelet here. The thing is though, I don't know technically, because they don't give you magic defense. No, they do not give you magic defense. That is some hits. So the question is though, that instead I change the magic hold again. I'm not trying to class it where we are 48. Yeah, that actually might matter. Let me actually run over here real quick. We're gonna rest up again because the rest here is free. Right, so I have some thoughts here. I know that, for example, you can get really lucky and he doesn't arrow 3 a single time. That can actually happen and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing, right? This is the situation where Fury Ring can theoretically be really, really good. Because you can basically have Giga Summit on and you can use, slap a shit ton of damage. Ribbon doesn't do anything in the fight, I don't think. Maybe it does, but then we slap a ribbon on him. Of course, for example, let's say we had Vincent and Vincent had full limit. Vincent just makes this easy. This fight, you're actually meant to use Vincent here and then just go Galleon Beast. Because even with Galleon Beast, right, Vincent is like how much HP? Vincent is only 897 because he's got a Black Mage. As it where, his HP stat isn't that great, but there's a lot of people who are like, oh, Vincent is so bad. But it's actually that Vincent is a quote-unquote Black Mage because Vincent has a very, very high magic stat, but that's also true with Yuffie. Yuffie's magic stat is also very good. Because of course Tifa and Barrett's magic stat is not ever particularly good. And like Jake's magic stat is used, edit like 44 there, 55, 54. So that's mostly because of the weapons that they're using and stuff like that, And yeah, he has 30 Saint, he has 40 Saint. Keep in mind that none of them have gotten power sources, except for Claude. But still, it's like, so what is he good at? Magic almost matches Barrett. He's a bit higher in luck than Barrett, which is nice. His spirit is pretty decent, but that's mostly because of the Dragon Helmet, I think. But yeah. But the thing is, like, you might say, oh, but he has a very, very good HP growth. Yeah, sure, that is true. His HP growth is actually very decent. But actually, the funny thing is he actually ends up with the least amount of max HP, like at the highest level. Well, not really. Actually, Tifa ends up with lower and stuff like that, yeah. So that anyway, I never talked fully about the whole, the whole video series that I'm gonna do like a playlist for it, like the old grind spot videos and stuff like that. Maybe I would do a playlist for each of the different grind spots and stuff that, because the goal at first was to get level 99 in each of these grind spots. But then, for example, it's instead gonna be like, okay, like if you play for the maximum amount of hours in the game, like 99 hours and like 59 minutes or whatever, it maxes out at a certain thing, the clock in game, unless they've changed that, because it would be good if they could make the clock go over 100 or whatever, right? Because we know it could display that on the PS2, but maybe they couldn't on the PS1 games display over like 100 hours or whatever, right? They max it out to 99. Because that's also true for Castlevania as well, you know, and stuff that's Symphony of the Night, you know, so yeah. I imagine, though, of course, if, for example, say 999 hours would have been the maximum in Symphony of the Night, then Battle Eye would get really strong. Oh, and we got no music. We had a music glitch happened. So DARPA if you're going to throw one as mine. And he hits Claude immediately. It's not good. So that's mine, boom. Yes, mine. Okay, and we attack once. We attack once. Elixir on him. Maybe he kills with dice now. He needs to kill with dice. Okay, he did not kill with dice, but I got an elixir off. Why did you have to fucking cast Arrow 3? All the goddamn things. I think Mind Blow might actually drain his MP. And we're dead. Because we cannot survive Arrow 3. I think we might still be able to do it. Because I don't want to do the cheap stuff like bringing out or like starting everyone with full limit breaks. Right, because if we had full limit breaks, right, we could use immediately, yeah. There is another thing we can do. There's of course the Phoenix Down strategy. There's of course using high potions. There's also this strat. And I think that's going to be decent enough. So 10 high potions, 10 Phoenix Downs. And a badass speed set to medium. Because it's good to read the battle message there at the default so you know what the default value is. And stuff like that, but yeah. We just have him in the back row then instead. Yeah, maybe, because maybe it actually does affect Scorpion Tail's damage and stuff like that, like maybe it's easier to survive. I mean, see, that's the thing with Arrow 3, that the Arrow 3 just does flip taking a ton of damage and stuff like that. And I believe you can still die with Vincent and stuff like that, but usually the thing is that, you know, and of course, will we abuse HP plus material and stuff that, like in the... Because I would like to do things without abusing like HP plus material and stuff there, because HP plus features like such a cheap way to do things and stuff that, you know. But of course, we can get one free HP plus for free and stuff that, which is a big deal. But then you need to get the Force Steal for like 2,100, I believe it is. Blah blah blah, we don't care, raps. Raps. Good. Let's hope we can get out X9. Because sometimes he also starts with less of a battle gauge. So who did he... Ja, there's one boom. And that's Resurrect Barret. That gives us a limit. High Potion Barret. And then Barret with Fire Veil. And we Swift Bolt. And then we Fire Veil. And we Swift Bolt. Who's dead? Barret again, huh? And then we High Potion Barret. A potion on Monkos. Actually, on someone here. We do have one more Swift Bolt actually. Because Barret was actually queuing up a Swift Bolt. Phoenix down. High Potion Barret. Ice. Let's go, guys! My daddy needs a new plasma rifle. Oh. Dead. Nice. It's no problem. Just need some Phoenix sounds and some high potions and you're good to go. You get 3,200, that's actually pretty massive. Yeah, the AP is very low, so yeah. You get 20,000 and peace ring. Wait, just a second. Sure. Because it's sure to be right. Yes, watch tomatoes. Except that wouldn't actually happen if you know Yuffie like Yuffie would actually do. Yuffie would actually, even if she was falling, she would actually be able to get out. Because of that. Because yeah, he didn't technically disarm the like you could still use her actual thing. So I don't know what it is supposed to be that Rude actually threw, like they did throw a knife, they did throw a, you know, like a rock or something, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But you know, what should have been a thing in both remake and in 2 and in 3. I mean, technically there are super and stuff that, but then it just feels like, oh, you need to do this very specific thing on hard mode. Which is why I wish they would have like increased the max level so that you can just easily roll through hard mode and stuff that they might say, oh, but that goes against spirit or things or whatever, right? But I do think about that. Actually, hard mode is nice and everything, but locking content or if you want to fully upgrade your weapons in Remake, for example, you need to play on hard mode to get the scrolls that you need to like go further on the Crystarium grid looking thing. Like that's on the weapons and stuff that to make your weapons stronger, right? But some of the weapons are of course effects like, oh, this effect scrolls max HP, or this effect scrolls defense or whatever, right, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, so there are stat increases behind that, you know, and stuff like that, you know. And then it's just the whole argument of, oh, get good or whatever, you know, and stuff like that. Which is, and then she even gives you back the episode over here. Next time, gadget. Next time. Move all, range. Back to Diamond Bangle. Back to Diamond Bangle. Back to Mercy. Receive. And yeah. And he is 23 and gets it to start 22 and almost has the level, so yeah. Raise the ring. And I think theoretically right now, right, because we had so we have some high potions left, we have 6 high potions. So that we have 1 Swift Bolt left. But I think right now she won't be lowest anymore. Or he won't be lowest with 22 here. Yeah, she's actually lowest now. Yeah, because Tit is actually further away than the Furious. However, he's close to 579 FFVII, so it's going to be that, and Ocelot is going to stay. So yeah, but definitely the Fairy is probably going to get changed into next. So she can use the... Yeah, let's just have her with Dragon Omelet and have her with Laser Wing here. Yeah, I would want to have had her with that actually, just to see what her magic stat would be. Because her magic stat is not going to be lower than Claude's. But that's because he's using Diamond Bangle and stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, you have to realize that she's only level 22 as well. Uses that, but yeah, she has 36 strings. She has very high dexterity actually, 31 dexterity. Her luck is also very high. She actually has the highest luck, yeah. Let's slap on Dragon Omelet to see. Then it's going to be more closer. No? I thought Dragon Omelet would affect it a lot as well, but yeah, but keep in mind of course you will also be using stat ups on Claude as well, so yeah, keep that in mind. Four-point Shuriken will sell a piece for 3,750, we sell a Carbon Bangle, and let's sell the Princess Guard. So it's worth a lot. Let's sell the Oshik, let's sell Power Soul. There we go, so we have recovered some bit of cash now. I'd say, oh now we go and, oh now we need to, you know. So she's 22 of course, and so that, and yes, we had everyone be alive there for that fight, but yeah. But the reason why we don't want to do the tower now is because we need to have, this is going to be HP Absorb. Very certain, right? Or is it something else? Or HP Absorb. Which both HP and MP Absorb is of course really good and stuff like that, because you can have synergies with certain materials and stuff like that, you know, but yeah. Now there are also theoretically ways that if we would have allowed encounters, then we could have like grinded infinite money at an upcoming spot. So I believe you can meet the enemy before. We can meet, technically we can meet the enemy before, oh wow. taking this long already. Wow. Huh. Tom was hacking flying, man. Tom was hacking flying. So here's the thing, right? Watering is worth 5,000 gil. Yes, that's correct. 5,000 gil is what the watering is worth. Which of course, you remember how much the white cape was worth. 2 white capes was kind of 5,000 gil. But here's the thing, right? There is actually an enemy, which I believe you can actually meet that enemy on that very screen. So that like you cannot go too far, of course, obviously, and stuff that, you know. Although I do believe if you do it before sleeping, then you're actually allowed to go further. And stuff that if you don't go sleeping inside the ancient capital place or whatever, right, you know, if you don't go and sleep there, stuff that it's going to be a lot easier, but yeah. But I think I remember where we can dig up the Lunar Harp. And I would really also like to dig up Buntline and Mop and stuff like that, because both Buntline and Mop needs to actually be digged up and stuff like that, but yeah. You can otherwise, you know, quote unquote buy them in disc 2, but the reason why we didn't get the short barrel, of course, for example, is just because I realized that, yeah, we're just going to be able to get Buntline. Because Sid is soon going to be getting rid of his trident, because Sid is going to get he's going to get one of his good double AP weapons here. But yeah. And the good thing with Sid's double AP weapon, same thing with Vincent's double AP weapon, is that they're always stronger than Claude's and, you know, the other party members' double AP weapons. Because you get those characters later, so that makes sense, right? But then it would have made sense that they should have had an extra weapon somewhere, both for Claude and the other party members and stuff like that, you know. All the other party members should have gotten like a third double AP weapon and stuff like that, you know, to try and be more in line with, you know. But normally I would just get another diamond bangle there, but yeah, we're actually gonna dig then. Start digging Lunar Harp. Right, and I believe it's gonna be like over here, right? Over here where the smoke is here. I believe it can be here, but it can also be where the pit is there, and it can be over almost where the sword is. Good treasure. I'm gonna try a few of the locations here. Yeah, because it's better to not waste there, because I know a bunch of the locations, so of course I'm doing all that digging we did. There we go, there's Buntline. So what if Buntline is almost in that fixed location? I know technically there's one up here also, something, but yeah, let's take where the smoke was. Down here again, because there's always going to be something in the Lunar Harp location for the other treasures. Nothing in here, start digging, good treasure. Because here's the thing, right, when you're sleeping like that, because it basically forces you to sleep, that basically means you get a free rest, as long as you don't order a search. And yeah, there are a few locations I'm gonna check here. We're gonna also check the locations further down. That's a potion, okay. We know that there's something here, technically, I think it was. But there's gonna be something here, I think, at this point. And then there's one that are higher up, of course. as well, and there's one that's further down as well. I think both were at the edge of one of those things, right? Thing in here. I forgot because there are certain things that are normal treasures as well here. Because here's the thing, you might think that the treasure is always the location that they're pointing at, no, but all the treasures are out at the same time, if I remember correctly. So that's it. I think we do hear that where the star is here. I forgot where exactly Mop could be located, or if the Mop is one of the top locations. Maybe the Mop can never be down there. Okay. Maybe the Mop is in the same location as Buntline was. Or actually, we didn't try this yet. We didn't get the handle here. Because there was something in the handle specifically. I think right here. Because basically that's not the same location as the one at the point of the tip there. The handle is actually a different thing. Nothing in here. I'm pretty certain that the Mop is going to be available already now. I don't think that Mop required disc 2. Pretty certain there was something up here. I think you can dig all the way up here though. And I know there's something almost outside the tent entrance, and there's one also at the back of the tent there, basically touching the tent. Okay, that's a potion at least. And I know there's right here, right one on top of his ass. Literally where he sits. I do remember right that there was something below him also as well, right? That like further down near the tree there as well. Now we might say, oh, but Mop is not that good, but you know. So let's. I believe it's right here, one of them things. And I think there's one also right outside where the thing is, the tent opening there. It is a potion. It might be that counts as a normal treasure though. Buntline counts as a good treasure, but the Mop just counts as being garbage. I mean, that could be the case, you know, like what the fuck, like the guy dropped it outside the tent, you know, because like okay, like you need to clean up, you know, whatever. But is it exactly here, or is it like further up? I know that there are certain occasions that are very small, like you remember how long it took to dig up Bound 0 and stuff like that, you know. There's a few more locations I want to check. I also want to check down here, immediately where the ladder is here. So I also know that there's something against where the plane is there as well. There's one thing there, and there's one thing directly south of there. That's not where the cross is exactly, but because there should be one like right here or right here or something like that, but nah. We're gonna take almost where the smoke stick sits right here as well. That should be something. And then there should be one more a bit higher up. You know what, let's take normal treasure here and then dig in the Buntline location. Like what, right here? right? Come on, Mop. We're not gonna try to spend too long here. Nothing in here. Okay, so now dig one more time. This can be the last dig I do. It could just be that you can only get treasure in that one location. Stuff that. So let's try this point again here. But because the worst thing if it's just that the location moves every single time, so you know. It might be that it's just exactly the same location as the Buntline. And that it's just like, you know. Okay. So let's just continue on ahead. So actually, let's go outside first. And let's equip Vincent with Buntline. You can see here, Buntline goes from 38 attack to 48 attack with Buntline. Which is almost just a little bit away from Mouse. And think about that Runeblade only had 14 attack. And stuff that, and yeah, and it has a pretty high crit rate there, as you can see. So yeah, so Buntline, very good weapon indeed. You know, very good weapon. She's actually the furthest away from leveling up. Yes, she is. Yeah, so she will be the one absorbing all the XP here. I want to buy something. Now we can sell the Peacemaker. 1750, which is not that great. But at least it's something. And yes, and surviving, of course, surviving Aqualung might be an issue, which is why, for example, like if we go and do right in you wake the sleeping forest. So basically moving hard. And supposedly, if I remember correctly, they meant to do things in outer space in this stuff, but they didn't. Oh, there's the water wing. Which we actually go back and sell immediately because there is no store after that, so yeah, so you know. I always thought that there was something purple there or something like that. I wonder why that is placed there, or if that is supposed to be where Kuyata spawns the first time or whatever, right? Because yeah. I'm gonna buy something and then we'll sell the water ring for 5k. Yeah, 5k for the water ring. Yeah, then basically there's an enemy. It's the enemy that has like a crab-like claw, like it looks like a severe mutation and stuff like that. So the whole, you know, the whole thing in like amalgams in Hearthstone is kind of inspired by that enemy. Except of course it has existed. I think something similar has existed in D&D actually. And you know, technically that is an entrance up there basically and stuff like that, but it doesn't go anywhere. But it was actually supposed to connect to the ancient forest. Because the ancient forest was actually meant to be up here instead. But then it got moved later on and stuff like that, so yeah. So you were supposed to go to that thing first earlier, but then the question is, would the loot have been the same? Right, because the thing, you know. And yes, we're gonna start the next part immediately when it ends now. In a few seconds, just sometimes.